Okay, in this one, you've just got to make sure that you understand the question before you run off frightened from this one, because it can be a little tricky. But all I'm really doing is giving you enough information for you to plug in some values into a function. What this says here is that for a given curve, in this case we're looking at the curve 1 over, I'll grab my pen, 1 over 1 plus x squared, that the area underneath this curve, like the blue area here, between a and b is the arctangent of b minus the arctangent of a. So if you know what a is and you know what b is, and you want to find the area underneath this curve from a to b, you take arctangent of the right endpoint minus arctangent of the left endpoint. So on part A, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take tangent inverse of 1 minus tangent inverse of 0. Now we know that tangent inverse of 1 is pi over 4. Remember, for tangent inverse, we're looking at the right-hand plane, and where tangent is 1 is at pi over 4. You can look that up on your cheat sheet, or you may hopefully know it by now, but that's pi over 4 minus tangent inverse of 0. Where 0 is where the y is equal to 0, because that's y over x is your tangent function, and that gives us then pi over 4 for our answer on A. Part B is now we're going to do tangent inverse of the right endpoint, which would be square root of 3 over 3, minus tangent inverse of negative 1. The arctangent of root 3 over 3 is the function that gives us, or the angle that gives us square root of 3 over 3 when you take its tangent. And that is pi over 6. And then the one that gives me a negative 1 when I plug it into tangent, arctangent is going to be, let's see, it goes from, it's actually down here, right? So the arctangent goes from negative pi over 2 to positive pi over 2. Now you got to be a little bit careful here, because the table value is going to give us 3 pi over, or 7 pi I should say, 3 pi over 4 for this one, or 7 pi over 4, but neither of those are between negative pi over 2 and positive pi over 2. And again, it's because the range, or the output of arctangent, has to be from negative pi over 2 to positive pi over 2. It's the 45-degree angle, or the pi over 4 angle that's down here, that gives me this negative 1. So this angle here is pi over 4, but it's down, so it's negative pi over 4. And if you do minus a minus, you get plus. So pi over 6 plus pi over 4 will give me, common denominator is 12. So multiply by 2 over 2 here, and 3 over 3 here, and you get 5 pi on top over the common denominator of 12.